Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to study about the general introduction of civil engineering, that is first unit, in which the reference books are S. Ramanathan, S. C. Rangwala, N. Basak, and B.C. Punavia. Basically, we have studied introduction of types of building. Today we are going to study about the component of a residential building. According to the National Building Code of India, that is SP 71970, it's a handbook which is used to help to find out the types of building on the basis of their occupancy. And the National Building Code classifies building on the basis of their occupancy, such as residential building, educational building, institutional building, assembly building, business building, mercantile building, industrial building, and storage building. On the usage, on the basis of their usage, on the basis of their size, the buildings are classified as follows. These are the pictures of a residential building, institutional building, educational building, assembly, business, mercantile, then industrial and storage. These are the pictures of various types of building on the basis of their occupancies. Now let me tell you about the components of a building. Basically, building, any type of building consists of two structures. The first one, that is substructure, and the second one is superstructure, or we can classify as the structure which can be visualized or seen by our naked eyes are called as superstructure, and the structure which is beneath the ground is called as substructure. Now, the foundation is the lower portion of the building, usually located below the ground level, which transmits the load of the superstructure to the supported soil. It is in direct contact with the ground to which the load is transmitted. Or you can see from the picture, that is below the ground level, that is the foundation and the slab are called as substructure, and above the ground is called as superstructure, which can be easily seen by our eyes. The structure is above the ground level and serves the purpose of its intended use. Apart from this, located between the ground level and the floor level is known as plinth. The plinth is defined as the portion of a structure between the surface of ground and the surface of floor immediately above the ground. That means, or it can be say that it's a beam on which the superstructure works started, and overall the load of the building resting on this is called as a plinth. The level of the floor is usually known as the plinth level, and the built up cover area measured at the floor level is known as plinth area. Generally, a building is mainly consist of roof, parapet, lintels, beam, column, dam-proof course, wall, floor, stair, plinth beam, foundation, and plinth. These are the main components of the building which we can see. And here from the picture you can find that is the foundation on which the whole building is resting on it. Here is the plinth level at which the superstructure is resting. Then the third one is ground floor. Here you can see that the foundation, the stairs which is used to move vertically in the building, the walls which provide the safety all around in all directions, then window sill, lintel, windows, and the windows frame which provides the circulation of air and light, that is the floor structure, the roof slab, the top roof, the parapet, doors, and the plinth. These are the components of the building which are going to study. Here is a general picture of a building so that all the components of the building can be easily seen on in the above picture and in the current picture. So you can find out all the components. First of all, I will tell you about the roof. The roof forms the topmost component of the building structure. It covers the top surface of the building. Roof can either be flat, slope based on the location and the weather condition of the area. That is the top of the portion of the building which provides the shelter and which protect us from the surrounding environments like snow, wind, and provides safety to us is called as the roof. The parapets are the short wall extended above the roof slab. The parapets are installed for the roof flat roofs. It acts as a safety wall while using the roof. That is the wall which is constructed above the roof, having the height of 2 to 3 feet. for the safety, so that any person using the roof can will not fall down from the roof. So these walls are constructed on the top of the roof. Then the lintels are constructed above the wall opening like doors and windows. These structures support the weight of the wall coming over the openings. Normally, lintels are constructed by the reinforced cement concrete in the residential buildings. Lintels are either constructed from concrete or from bricks. The lintels are the portions which are constructed above the opening of the door or the window to support the load acting on the open area, and the extended portion helps to enter the rainfall and direct sunlight through the windows and the doors. So you can see the roof and the parapet. This is the roof and this is the parapet walls. Now let's talk about the beam and the slab. The beam and the slab are the horizontal members in the building. For a single story building, the topmost slab forms the roof. That means the topmost slab in a single story building is work as a roof. In case of multi-stories building, the beam transfers the load coming from the floor above the slab, which is in turn transferred to the column, and the beam and slab are constructed by the reinforced cement concrete. The columns are the vertical members constructed above the ground level. Columns are of two types. First one, that is architectural column, and second one is structural column. The architectural columns are constructed to improve the building aesthetics, to make a building beautiful from the outer look appearance, and the structural column works as transfer the load coming from slab to the foundation. So you can see that this is a column, this is a beam, and this is slab, which resting on the beams, and beams resting on the support of column. So in a single picture, you can find out the slab, the beams, and the column. Now let's talk about the damp-proof course. It is a layer of waterproofing material applied at the basement level to prevent the rise of water into the walls. So somehow, if there is a water present in the ground level, and due to the excess water, it enters into the wall, the damp-proof course is a layer which helps to prevent the entering of water into the walls and lowers the strength of walls. So the DPC is provided, which prevents the enter of water into the wall and make the wall waterproof. The walls are the vertical elements which supports the roof. It can be made from stone, brick, concrete blocks, etc. Wall provides an enclosure to protect against the wind, sunshine, rain, etc. Openings are provided in the wall for the ventilation and access to the building. The walls is a vertical member which protects the building from all the sides in all the direction. Then the floors is the surface laid on the plinth level. The flooring can be done by the variety of material like tiles, granite, marble, concrete. And before flooring, the ground has to be properly compact and level, so that inside the building, the flooring should be even and level. Here the picture, you can see that this is the wall, and this is the concrete fillet, and the dark color is the damp-proof course, which is applied on the walls and the floor so that the water cannot be entered into the floor. Now let's talk about stairs. The stairs are generally used to access in the building in vertical direction. If you want to move into the two floors consecutively, up and down, so the stairs are used for the proper movement. The stair is a sequence of steps that connect different floors in a building structure. The space occupied by a stair is called as a stairway, and there are different types of stairs: wooden stairs, RCC stair, iron stairs, and etc. Then the plinth beam is a structure constructed either above the ground level to take up the load of the wall coming over it. That means the beam is constructed above the ground level, over which the superstructure and the walls and all the floors, beam, column resting on it, and it provides the safety and carrying all the loads coming acting on it and transfer it to the foundation. The plinth is constructed above the ground level. It is of cement mortar layer lying between the substructure and the superstructure. It provides a cushioning or a layer which act as a cement mortar layer between the substructure and superstructure. Then the foundation is a structural unit that is uniformly distributed the load from the superstructure to the underlying soil, and this is the first structural unit it is constructed for any building construction. A good foundation prevents the settlement of the building. That means it is the most important part of the building which supports the overall building and preventing it settle into the soil. So here you can see that here is the foundation, here is the plinth level, and these are the stairs which are used to access vertical movement in a building. So that's it for all the components we have studied today, and we will continue in the next class.